Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Andy and this is video 4 of the how-to series when you're first growing your list as an indie author and publisher. In this video, we're going to talk about growing your email list, with BookBridge and ReaderBridge.io. So I'm going to show you how to get to 2,000 subscribers fast with one platform, real analytics, and a strategy that builds super fans and not just drive-bys looking for a freebie and then ditching your email list, because we don't need that. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Andy. I have been part of the indie publishing business for over 3.5 years. And like you, I've been in the grind, building an email list. I grew my list to 1,500 in 10 days. I followed the program. It worked amazing. I got up to book number 5 launching, and I used all the platforms, but I also had all the headaches. And I was thinking there has to be a better way. And so for the last year and a half, or no, not even that long, I worked with my editor, and she's like, "You've got to build something." And she started publishing, and she's like, "I'm so frustrated with all these platforms." I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And so here we are. We have BookBridge.io and ReaderBridge.io. And I'm going to show you why growth matters, lead magnet quality, the ReaderBridge analytics that people don't quite show you what the numbers mean. Meaning, like, if you had 500 downloads and you only have 278 new subscribers, you're like, what the heck? We break all that down. And we'll touch a little bit on group promos. I did a real deep dive back in video number 3 and about paid placement. So I'm only going to probably just mention those. Otherwise, if you've watched video 3, then you know exactly what the dealio is. And then I'm also going to give you some alternate promo sites because, hey, it's not just BookBridge.io or ReaderBridge.io. There are other amazing sites out there that I've personally used on my launch weeks. Or launch a month, rather, is the better way to look at it. So let's dive right in. So why you should always keep growing and why it matters. First, unsubscribes are real. They are going to happen, and that's okay. People leave every list. The ones who unsubscribe after a freebie are freebie seekers, and they're not buyers. We need to let them go, bless them, and let them be on their way. But we want to keep filling the top of your funnel with readers who actually do want to stay. And if they don't know they want to stay yet, we're going to give them a reason to. Because you definitely want super fans, not drive-bys. A smaller list of engaged readers who open, click, and buy is worth more than a massive list of cold contacts. Growth lets you filter towards fans who are genuinely obsessed with your work. And after doing this for 3 years, I promise you they are out there. I love it. I love my super fans, and they are great to have. So let's make sure that you have a lot of them. Remember, this is not too saturated. There are always readers in your genre who haven't discovered you. Okay? The market doesn't run out. Your future super fans are out there right now, and they're waiting to find your book. So let's make sure that we get your book right in front of them. Okay? The goal isn't a big number. That's not the real goal. The goal is growing an engaged list that compounds over time, which leads to the big number. So every swap, every promo, every new reader is another potential buyer on your launch day. Now, before you keep watching, I need to make this super duper announcement. Most authors do everything right to grow their list, and then they lose half their subscribers in the first 14 days. Like, what the heck? Like, what's the point, right? And it's not because they did something wrong. Really, no, it's not. And it might be because you were silent or something just didn't quite click. Okay? So, because, your readers downloaded the book. They waited to hear from you, or life happened, they got the book, and then they just actually didn't do anything with the book. And by the time you email them again, maybe because of you're doing a book swap or you start swapping someone's book, they'd already forgotten who they were. Okay, think about, do you remember what you ate last week? What you wore 2 days ago? Okay, those are our people, and they are readers. So stay to the end. I'm going to show you exactly how to fix that for free before it costs you your next launch and you lose out without really keeping those potential buyers on your list. Okay, so lead magnet quality and why it matters if your lead magnet sucks. I'm not talking about just bad reviews. Okay. If people are dropping off after reading at a certain point, okay, if they're downloading your book but not finishing it, or they're unsubscribing right after within, let's say, that 2 weeks, your lead magnet is telling you something. You need to pay attention because it's not bad luck. It's literally the data. But the thing is, how do you know if they're dropping off from reading your lead magnet? How do you know they even started? At the time of this recording, there was no way to tell on the other platforms out there. But real-time reading analytics is available in ReaderBridge.io. ReaderBridge shows you exactly how far readers get into your book in real time. Like I said, no other platform does this. If readers are dropping off under 50% is read, you need to tweak your lead magnet, okay? So here's the growth loop. You need to get your readers. You need to grow your list. But then you also need to watch your metrics. And I'm not saying every day, tap in once a week, okay? And then tweak as needed, keep promoting. You know what you can always change? You don't need to change your landing page. You can change the book that you upload that your landing page delivers, okay? That's easy. So first, all right. I'm going to show you ReaderBridge reading analytics and what that actually means before we get into your next milestone, because you want to be paying attention as you're getting to this milestone. Super, super important. So let's jump over here to ReaderBridge. As you have seen in my previous videos, you're familiar with this dashboard now. This is the overview dashboard to tell you, okay, you've got 580 total signups. You've got 545 delivered. And you're like, how do I have this and this number not match? I'm going to show you exactly how that happens. Here, guys, this is amazing. Reader engagement. How many started, how many completed, and how many finished. Okay. These are just fake numbers, guys. This is my staging site. I just want you to know that. I was like, why is it exactly 50%? But this is how it actually works. You can see recent activity, if people are getting synced or not. And if you don't want to see all of this, you can customize this and totally like, I don't want to see recent activity. And you're not doing custom domains or sales or arcs right now. Maybe you don't want to see all that, but you do want to see all this. Quick stats, landing pages, your file vault, reading engagement, and any failed deliveries, right? So keep what you want, get rid of what you don't. Okay, so let's view the analytics, which are not available on any other platform that I know of at the time of this recording. If other platforms do have it, oh my gosh, leave a comment below and see, like, do you use it? Do you love it? What do you think? Does it work for you? Because this is super cool to have, and if other people have it, awesome. Okay, so on this book, we have 883 unique views, on our landing page. This is how many people signed up, and this is what was delivered so far. And we're converting at 65%. Awesome. That means my landing page is doing really good, right? Really, really good. All right, so let's look at our reader pulse. If you saw my previous videos, we talked about a book pulse, the life source of your book and how well it's doing. Is it on life support? Is it just doing great like a star athlete? Is it kind of laying around in bed? Does he need a little pep talk? What's going on, right? Same with ReaderBridge. How are the readers loving your book? Are they dying off? Are they on life support? Do you need to give them basically something else? So let's go over here into Reader Pulse. Okay. So remember on the dashboard, it said unique views. That means new people to your landing page. This is total views. Okay. And it tells you right here, the metric dynamics. I wanted everything spelled out as clear as a crystal ball that sits right in front of you. You can see right through it, because the other metrics were confusing to me. And I don't want a scholar to have to explain it to me. So you have here the definitions, views, total times your landing pages were loaded. So this includes repeat visits. The unique ones are they've hit it one time for that new person. So that's cool. That was about 800 and I have people returning. Signups, we had 580 confirmed claims, but we only had 545 new subscribers. This is common, I found, even with myself. In BookFunnel, I'm not really sure about Story Origin. I gave up on trying to read Story Origin. It's probably easier than I thought. I just never put much time into it. And that's just me. That's just me personally. Nothing against Story Origin or BookFunnel, but the numbers were confusing. It didn't make sense. Where are my other 35 subscribers? Like, why doesn't this match? Okay. And why 45? Why these numbers match? Cool. And then how many actually decide to download? That means they clicked the download link. Others might be reading in their browser. Okay. Here, the claim status breakdown. This is gold, and this tells you exactly what happened. 545 actually went into your, let's say you have Mailerlite, right? Into your Mailerlite, they are now part of your Mailerlite campaigns, your subscribers. 25 is pending. Maybe those are bounced emails. 10 totally failed. Someone just put it into fake email or they mistyped it and it just didn't work. All the numbers are here for you to know what in the world actually happened. Okay. Some of these you'll find that you refused. They try to claim it again, but you have it toggled so that they cannot resubscribe. That would also be here. Okay, and then it tells you how your signups are doing over time when you hit a peak. And maybe you can correlate this back to BookBridge and your confirmation center of who actually did this really well, gave you great or okay, and then maybe you tapered off. You're like, I only shared once or twice in May. But here's the complete, like everything that you need to know about the numbers. Now, here's where it gets really cool. So this is what everyone else, the other platforms typically have. I just feel like this is more, I don't know, easy to understand. And then you know what format they're getting. Like, I know where my numbers now make sense to me, right? Now, this is what people don't have. How many people actually started reading your book? Was it compelling enough? Was your landing page compelling enough where they wanted to open up their browser and started reading? So this will tell you 290 opened up in their browser and started reading. Out of that, 145 finished the book. Okay. So you have 50% of your people finishing the book. I would say that's pretty good. I ain't got any complaints, right? But personally, I probably want to see that number a little bit higher. And then basically how long it took them to read. So this May were delivered, 290 started, and only 145 actually completed. So this tells me, something is quite not where personally I would be like, I need to look at my read magnet and see what's going on. Okay, they started reading, and I could see that they seem to be dropping off around here, around the 50% mark. Like what's happening about halfway through my book, where they are not just turning the pages like there's no tomorrow. Like they have to finish it. They can't put it down. Okay, I would start looking to see if it's high here and it goes do. Okay. Again, these are fake metrics. So it's like all of a sudden they just went from, whoa, I got to finish it. So this is good. That means my ending is good. If this was real time, my ending is great. But it slows down somewhere within here and people are popping off. So that's where I would look in my book to see. And I would probably go back to my editor. Hey, what's going on here? That maybe the pacing is slow. The mystery was solved. It was kind of obvious, if you're a cozy mystery, it was, they already solved who it was and they're just like, ugh, whatever. But at least you can see, should I not improve on this lead magnet? Because that's what's going to make people be like, I can't wait to read their next book by this author. And then here is just a snapshot again of, oh, that's the landing page. My bad. That takes you to the landing page. Okay, this basically tells you how your landing page is doing, like we saw before. So you have 883 unique views. This many people sign up, delivered. I'm happy with those metrics. Could I tweak it? Maybe. What could I tweak? Not, but that's a pretty good conversion to me. That means my landing page is doing its job. Personally, if this was my book and how I was doing, I would look at the 40 to 70% range in my book to see if I could use some improvement there. But otherwise, this is the complete breakdown that nobody else has and how your book is actually performing. And it also tells me that people enjoy reading in the browser. How many people are just opening it in the browser? Now, this only tracks browser reads. Obviously, we cannot track if they download a PDF because for obvious reasons. So you have to take that into context as well. So it's really, and obviously this does take this into consideration because 327 got the EPUB, 290 of those 327 started reading. So that's pretty good. So I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at these metrics. All right, guys. So now that you've seen that, that's why you want to pay attention, because if you're teetering on about 900 subscribers here and you can go in and fix this now, do it. Okay. Go in, make the edits, upload the new version up here as an EPUB and PDF. Don't ask me why there's two, because I made just don't. It doesn't matter. Okay. And you'll be good to go. All right. So let's get back to our training. But once you hit these 15 to 2K subscribers, it's time to launch your full-length book. Okay. You have your engaged subscribers. This is the sweet spot for our first launch. You have enough warm readers to generate real sales momentum, reviews, word of mouth without needing a huge budget. Use your own people first. And you want to start your launch sequence 30 days out. Begin warming your list 30 days before your release. Send teasers, okay? Cover reveals, behind the scenes. Build anticipation so that when day one spikes, they want your book. They're drooling over your book, all right? The nurture sequence should already have them primed and ready for this launch. Keep swapping and you promote right up to launch and of course beyond. I like to do 2 weeks to even a month beyond, almost up until my next book launch. But I give myself about a week break, just organic. I wouldn't do any paid ones like the last on week 3 and 4 post launch. I would just do organic swaps. Okay. Just know that every new subscriber is another potential day one buyer. Okay, so keep them fresh. Now, we did touch on group promos and BookBridge. I'll go over it a little bit. It's just a way to share with multiple authors all at once. So your book gets promoted along with other authors in the same or like genre, or sometimes there's a multi-genre because a lot of readers like to genre hop. So I know I got them on my list. From cozies to spicy contemporary to historic, fiction, I got them all. All right, remember, this is more views and less promo fatigue because you're sharing the send across multiple authors. Readers see variety and they don't get the same book pushed over and over. And so you actually get more eyeballs without burning out on your own list or your own swap partners. And remember, this is flexible by design. So no platform-wide restrictions beyond what the individual promoter requires in BookBridge. So for instance, if we go back over here and I'll show you the promos. Oh, let me see if I have any set up. I don't have any yet. I showed you in the previous video, but let me show you here. where you would see the minimum. Some have 500 subs, minimum 1,000, or minimum 100, and some won't have any. Okay, just depends on the promoter at that time. Otherwise, you can join as many promos as you want. The organizer can choose to keep, approve, or just auto let everybody in. That is up to the promoter. Okay, so it really gives you a lot of options. And definitely group promos are one of the fastest ways to add new subscribers on the regular. So you don't have to keep doing solos and features. Join group promos because the authors are continually, other authors are promoting your book, basically the whole book bundle in that promo throughout the entire month. And so you're having new subscribers trickle in almost every day. At least that's what I experienced. If not every day, it was definitely every week. Okay. So definitely do this between 800 and 2K and building momentum towards your first launch. And I'll obviously never stop. Okay. I'm not going to do any group promos in BookBridge. I went over that really extensively in the previous video, but I will give you a teaser on this one. Let me just show you the landing page real quick. So this one shows, this one is genre hopping. Okay, book bonanza. There's a featured spot here. And then there's a different layout where these books will continually rotate on every click on every different promo. Okay, so these are always rotating. This is whatever spot is claimed at that time, and it's good for 1 week. What's also pretty cool is no two authors, I mean, they could pick the same banner, but these are slightly different. And so when they're promoting two different, their lists, they're going to be like, this looks like something I saw before. Let's say like this one, but then another author promotes this one. Another author promotes this one. And they're like, I don't know if this is the same or not, but they click on it and they still will see a different book rotated. If it's a different week, there's a new featured book, and then there's different books that get rotated. So let me just a quick overview here. Because there is no more promo banner fatigue, readers that are on the same list as author A versus author C, they still see, they see a different one, and then they click, and then they see new books they really weren't paying attention to the first time they clicked on, let's say, this banner. Okay, so these are like just totally different. And as a participant, you get to pick which ones you want. So you can share 3 times in a month and pick this one. You can pick this one. And then let's say you pick this one or this one. Okay, so they're all super, super, super different. And then as the organizer, I can rotate the banners as well. So keep growing your list is the bottom line there. All right, we definitely went into paid solos, features, and promo spots. So you definitely want a paid solo as you're still building your list. Say you have under 800, and or if you want to build faster, that's when you want to get a paid solo or a feature. Don't pay for mentions, guys. When you're just building, just don't do it. All right. You guys can read here. Everything is tracked on Book Pulse. You can see where you're spending your money. You can see where the organic swaps are working for you and everything. Just real quick to see what Book Pulse looks like. That is the life of your book and how you're doing, to see where your reach is going, how much money you've spent, and the average clicks. I'm sorry, that was a bad example. I like this one. See, this one might have had better. Okay, so it's because these links aren't quite, because you have to use the tracking links provided by BookBridge. If you don't use the tracking links, obviously it's not going to track anything. So as people get used to the platform, it's like, oh yeah, use the tracking links, just like Story Origin and Book Funnel. They have tracking links, but you have to use them. All right, so definitely use paid solos and features as you're still growing. All right. So paid placements can happen at any stage, even with 200 subscribers. The one thing worth having locked in before you pay, your nurture sequence. Guys, this is super, super, super important. Don't pay to send code readers into silence or a generic welcome sequence that sounds like everybody else. Get that sequence live and then scale. Okay. So we've already found our page solos and features into SwapMeet. If you don't know what the SwapMeet is, over here in BookBridge, it's right here. And here's where you're going to find all of your swap partners, if they're verified and have star ratings. On the real BookBridge, this is actually all filled in, and you can see the actual authors and everything about them that they have. Okay, that is super detailed in video 3, so that's why I'm just speeding through this. All right, I promised I'd give you guys some alternate sites for promos as well, because I want to get you guys building and set up for your launch. I personally use these, and I definitely personally recommend them, else they wouldn't be on this list. And these all do a great job. First of all is BookDoggy. I love their interface. Talking with them, I bought in bulk before. They're great for free and discounted book promotions, especially your book launch. It's a good reach across multiple genres with an engaged, deal-seeking reader base. They are fabulous. I absolutely do love them. I have their links below as well, so you guys can catch up with them too. And no, I'm not affiliated with them, and even if I was, is it a big deal? Like, I use them, so I pay for it. I pay for it too, just like you guys do. Love Kiss for Authors. I do not use them because I do not write in contemporary romance, but I hear it is great focus on romance and women's fiction. So it's a strong community of genre loyal readers who convert well for lead magnet downloads. So guys, if you're in romance, women's fiction, definitely check them out. Awesome Book Promotions. I love them too. They've done a great job. I feel like they have an expansive, like, especially getting my name out there. So they definitely have a solid broad genre promo site as well. It's really easy to submit, They have reliable sends and good for list building pushes across all the categories as well. I definitely recommend those top 3 personally because I've used them all, except Love Kissed. I think they had one for non-romance. I can't remember. I might have done one promo with them, but they just do a great job. So it's like, I can't not recommend them. And of course, I recommend them alongside BookBridge.io, not instead of it, duh, because you still have to swap with people. But the more touch points your book has across different reader audiences, the faster your list compounds. So check out for those links in the description below and get your launch scheduled. All right, now we talked about the nurture sequence and my free gift to you. Do not skip this because your future launch depends on it. This is a done-for-you email sequence. It's basically you fill in the blanks, plug in everything you need. If you have behind the scenes, your upcoming launch, teasers. This is written by Culture Smart AI that I personally use, and I spend 4 figures on per year. This is not chat. This is not Claude. This is private. Actually, I'll leave the link below. You should definitely check it out. But it's not cheap, guys. It is not cheap. But I use this and it works. And so I'm like, you know what? I want to give you guys the upper hand. And I created this for you and I use it myself because it creates super fans. Okay. And it helps lower the unsubscribe rate. All right. And this is why you need it before you scale, because the paid promos are bringing in code readers, right? But if you don't have a nurture sequence, most will forget you. Or if it's too generic, they'll still forget you. People will forget what you said, but they don't forget how you make them feel by reading something. And that's the last thing you want. So it's one automated sequence turns new subs into warm buyers. So you want to make sure this is live in your email client, whether it's Mailerlite, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, SendFox, Flowdesk, whoever you have. Set up this separate nurture nurture sequence. You guys will hear me screw that up in every video. Nurture sequence before you start doing it. And if you already have it, just tweak it. Just add this in. Just replace what you currently have. Like, it's never too late to keep your readers engaged. All right. So the reality is you're about to start scaling. Okay. How excited is that? But don't let your readers go cold. Don't let them read another wah-wah, like, welcome sequence. Download this. Is completely free. I used my very expensive AI subscription to make this, guys, to make this for you guys. So I'm giving it to you for free. It is what has made superfans stay on my list and email me and say, why aren't you emailing me? I haven't gotten an email for days. I'm not even kidding. And I'm like, I just sent one. Did you get it? They're like, okay, whew, I got it. So you want super fans like that. It feels so good. It really does. And you're really serving your fans and your readers. All right. So grow to 2,000 subscribers with one platform, okay, to manage it all for you. Tap out into those other platforms I said that do really great for those one-off promos or for during launch weeks. But where it delivers is BookBridge.io and ReaderBridge.io to have that amazing landing page. Okay. Join your first group promo. You're not gated here. You don't have to be limited here. All right. But you do have to be on the Indie Pro subscription. So you can join promos, create your own promos. All right. And watch your list grow with readers who actually want to be there. So everything you need to get started is in the link below. Grab the freebie for you. If you haven't already, get your free 14-day free trial with BookBridge.io on the Indie Pro, whichever one says most popular. Okay, that's the one you want. And you will not regret it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. In our next video, I want to go over sending emails and how to keep your subscribers and the major mistakes that can cause unsubscribes. Now, the nurture sequence is going to actually help you keep them in the first couple weeks, but then what happens after that? Guys, we still need to avoid these mistakes so that once they're out of your nurture sequence, they still want and love you and can't get enough of you. All right, that is in the next video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.